Hello, in this video we're going to discuss how to use the group chat and the planner feature in Microsoft Teams. So more specifically, we're going to talk about how to create a group chat of non-team members. So say that you don't have a team for a particular group of people, department, or a group of people working on a project, and you just want to have a group chat without having to create a team, you can do that. Then I'm going to show you how to create a group chat and file share within a team. So say that you do have a team for that particular department, you can use the group chat and file share within Microsoft Teams. And then lastly, I'm going to show you how to use the planner tool, which is built inside of Teams to help you and your team work through to-do lists. Let's begin by saying, for example, we just want to have a group chat among a couple of people in the department or a couple of people that are working on a project. We don't have time to create a whole team. We don't really need a whole team. We just want to be able to talk back and forth via an IM type messaging system. So you don't necessarily need a team for that if you just want to do that one particular feature. You would log into your Microsoft Teams, come over to the chat, and then this is a listing of the chats that you already have going. And again, you can think of these as like IMs or group chats, but I want to make a new one. So I'm going to choose here, group chat, and then I'm going to type in the names of the people that I want to join. So maybe I have Jared and Ashley, and I want these to be a part of my group chat. Maybe we are all three working on something together. So I'll have this, and then I'll type in my message. And so now I have this group chat going on. If I have a lot of people here, I might forget who's actually in the group chat, so I can rename it if I want to give it a particular name. And I can say that, this is the group working on project one, or this is the group for this department, or whatnot. So that way it's going to have a listing of all the different, it'll have the name, but then you'll be able to see whoever is posting. In addition, you have some things at the bottom that you can share. You can, of course, just type notes and they'll appear like an IM messaging system. But you can also upload files here if you want to upload a Word document, a PDF from your OneDrive or from your computer you can use. You can also send emojis, GIFs. If you want to share that, you can share those. There may come a time when I do need these group members to meet live with me, and I can very easily schedule a meeting for this group right here. I can just come to the bottom, schedule a meeting, and then I will just fill this out like we talked about before. But notice that these people are already added into the mix because these are part of my group chat. So in this case, I would just give it a title, a day and time of when it's going to take place, and then I would choose send, and it would automatically send these two people the link to the Microsoft Teams live meeting that we would be having. And that would be in the case if I needed to meet live with them rather than just asynchronously talking back and forth here. There might also be a time when I need to just meet live really quickly. I just have a quick question for them. I know they're in their offices, so I can come right over here and do a video call and then just automatically start a call immediately with them. It would automatically call them and have them join right then. Also notice here in the group chat, it's going to leave a little note saying that you did start a call. So it will have that information there. So where everything that's happened in the group chat is being tracked. In addition, I may need to add somebody else to this group after it's been created. I can come up here to the top and I can add people in, and I can just type in another name and add that person in. Now notice when I add them in, I can choose to where it doesn't include the chat history. Maybe they're just coming in on the project and they don't need the background of what we've already talked about. Or I can choose to include all that chat history so that maybe they're coming into the project but they need to be able to review all that we've already talked about. They will be able to see all the chats that had already happened. So all of these are features if you create your own group chat. So there are several things that you can do if you just want to have a group created together. Now I want to talk about how you can do it if you actually have a team. So remember, the Microsoft Office or the IT office at Gordon does have to create the team for you, but once it is created, you can have those same features within your team. So within here, I'll choose Teams. Under here, I'll choose Posts, and then I can start a new conversation. And again, this is just the chat area again. And again, it's a back and forth IM that we have going on. People can reply to you as necessary as well. And what's good is when you post these in an actual team, it makes a conversation, which this little block is a conversation, and people can just reply to it. Unlike when you're just in the chat area, everything just kind of threads together like an IM. In Teams, it's more organized almost as a conversation, and then people can reply to it and you know directly as to what they're talking about and what they're replying to. Just like with the group chat in the Teams chat area, you can also schedule a meeting or meet now. Meet now is, make it live right now with everyone who's in the team, or schedule a specific meeting. Additionally, you can add in files to be shared. So you can go to Files here. And what's great with this is, while in the non-team chat area, just the group chat area, you can share just one-off files. With this, you can actually make an organized system. So you'll be able to go to your team, choose files, and you can make a new folder, and we'll just name it Project 1 Resources. And then you can actually come in and upload files there. And just like it works with like a OneDrive, everybody in the team will be able to see these files automatically because they're shared with among your team. So if you have files that you're going to need the entire team to see, you can organize them into folders and upload them. And everyone in the team will be able to see them. What's also great is if you've got a lot of resources and you're wanting to pinpoint a specific one, you can come and choose copy link, and you can copy either the Microsoft Teams or of it in SharePoint. SharePoint's probably a little bit easier to open. You can copy that link and then just post it in the chat saying, this is the one that I want you guys to look at. This is the particular folder that we're talking about. And again, this is usually helpful if you are working with a lot of folders that you don't want them to have to find their way through. So then they'll just be able to click on this and it will open them directly to this particular folder for this particular one. Or it might even, if you go in and you want them to look at a specific resource, you can go in and choose the copy link and then post that into your chat, and it will give them that specific direct link to there so that they don't have to go looking for it. Instead of saying go to the area and find this file, you can just grab the link and then go to your posts and then just post that direct link, and they'll be able to click on it and open it from there without having to go and try to find it into the files area. The next option is the planner tool within Teams, which is kind of like a virtual to-do list. So to begin with, you would want to go into your team, and up here at the top, you would just want to add in the planner app. So usually it'll be up at the top, but if not, just type in planner, and you'll see task by planner, and that's the particular app that we're looking to do. So I want to add this to my channel. So when we add it in, it's going to ask us what we want to name our plan. And so I just like to call it a to-do list. You can name it whatever you want to. You can also use one if you have one in another team that you want to copy over and reuse. You could come in and do that. But I just want to make a new one at this point. So I'm going to save it, and it's going to create it, and I can then start adding to it. So notice now at the top I have the to-do list, which is that planner, but I can also go back to the post in my Teams area and see it just kind of added it down here, because this again is the kind of feed of all the different things that we've been doing in our team. It just kind of has a running list. So we'll go to our to-do list, And this is collaborative in nature, so it's not just that only I can edit it as the owner of the team. Other people in the team can also participate and move things around as well. So there's different ways you can think about this thematically or on a large level, but you can build things differently depending on how you want to approach it. But the different features are you have the task list itself. So these are the tasks themselves. And the tasks go into what is known as a bucket. And so by default, you have your to-do bucket right here. You can add in things like you can add another bucket if you want to, and you might name this bucket. So the to-do bucket is by default. So you might say completed bucket. You might have on hold bucket, and you might have in progress bucket. So in a way, you can kind of think of the buckets as these different rows that are going through here. So then you add task. Most of the time, you're probably going to add the task in the to do because those are things that need to be done. So you would add the task. You would enter what the task is. So I add in what the task is. I can set a due date of when it needs to be due. So I need to have this done by this date, and I can even assign it to people in this particular team. And so maybe that's something for myself. So I'm going to assign it to myself. Great, so I'm going to add that task to be done. So there it is. So then I can continue to add different things to be done. And again, other members of the team can add things to be done as well. So everybody might be responsible for going in and adding in things that they're currently working on or that they need to do and assign it to themselves. Now, if this is something that's going to be collaborative, I can also assign it to other people in my team, or if I am the manager and I need them to work on something, I can assign it to 2 or 3 people in the department to work on together. So in this case, I have this task. I'm going to set a due date, and then I want to assign Jared as well as myself to it. So we've got 2 people working on it. And then I'm going to add that as a task. So you could, again, continue to add these tasks as needed. You can come over here and edit them if you need to, assign somebody else to them if you need to. You can also color code them if you need to, if you have a large department and you're wanting people to color code it by their own task, or maybe you have things that are subgrouped together. These are things that need to be done this summer. These are things that need to be done this fall. These things are related to NSO. These things are related to move-in. You can color code them based upon your own scheming convention of how you want to keep these things organized. So what's also great about this is you can move these into the bucket that they need to be in. So right now everything starts in the to-do because these are things that need to be done. So now that, say that me and Jared have started work on it, then one of us can come and move it into the in progress bucket. And then maybe something comes up and there's a hold for this release, so maybe this gets moved to the on hold. And maybe I want to make a note as to why this is on hold. So I can click on it, I can put in a note and say bug in system won't release until fall. So I can also choose to show this on cards so that just at a quick glance, people will know why this particular thing is on hold. But further than that, as I clicked on this, I can actually add in more specific things to it. I can come in and add a checklist of items. If this is a rather large task and I need it broken down further, I can add in steps of what I need to do. So make video, make an instructional video. Maybe I need to make a handout. Maybe I need to upload on web page. So these are, just extra checklist things that you can add into your task already. And as you come in, you can check these things off as you get them done, which makes it a little bit easier for you and your team to track not only if this whole thing is completed, but where it is, and even if you have it in the in progress area, what part is being in progress, and you're able to mark it off as you go. You can actually even add attachments if there's files, related to this that need to be up there. So now when we look on this, we're able to see this is on hold. I'm able to see why there's a bug in the system and it won't be a fall release. And then I can also see my little checklist going on of the things that I'm currently working on within it, what's been done and what hasn't been done. And of course, the thing that we want to do the most is once we actually get something completed, a member of that team can just drag it to the completed task. And that's a great visual to allow us to see what currently we're working on, what needs to be done, what's on hold, maybe what we're currently in progress on, and then what has been completed, as well as what these benchmark markers are as we are going through completing that particular task. While visual learners might prefer to see it on this board and have things move around, you can view it in a list format if you like things a little bit more linear. You can also go to this chart area, and if you scroll down, the important piece of this chart would be the members, because you're going to be able to see in the teams who has been assigned task and how many they're working on. So this is a good way to see if you have distributed the workload well. If you have somebody that's overburdened and they're on a lot of tasks while somebody isn't, so you'll be able to see who might need to, you might could add into it to an activity if you're needing somebody else to help out and you want to see who doesn't have too many tasks on hand with them right now. Also, you can see as to where they're completing or not completing their tasks. Also, you can look at it through a schedule, and this is going to let you see just kind of on a calendar viewpoint where things are and where we're working towards them. And so that is a quick way to use the planner tool to kind of make to-do list and share them among your department.